I'm hesitant to make this video today because every time I try and share just a little bit of advice or what God is teaching me or just what I'm going through, I always get tested like literally that day or after I post it, so I just don't know if I want that right now. But I'm going to share with you anyways, guys, these tips about how to have an agreeable toddler. I have one toddler. Well, I have another one in my womb. Does that count? I definitely don't know everything. I am not a seasoned mother of a dozen children or anything like that. But I am a mom and I do have experience, and I am with my daughter every single day, and I have noticed some things that help my daughter be more agreeable, let's just say, and then things that kind of do not help the situation whatsoever. So today I just wanted to talk about this with you. This is not me like a superior talking to you. This is me as like an equal, a mother, a friend. And on that note, I just would love your engagement in the comments down below. I just think we could all use help in terms of how to love our toddlers best, how to discipline them, how to help shape them, how to be patient with them, everything like that. I think that advice would be helpful to all of us, and I know that you have something to share that I may not be familiar with, so please let us know down below in the comments. Some of these things might be obvious to you, some of them might be new concepts, but I hope that you take something away from this. If you don't, I hope that you just feel encouraged, know that you're not alone in parenting, and know that we all have challenges that we face, and we're all doing this together. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, my first tip is something that definitely helps me, and it's just to remember that toddlers having outbursts and not knowing how to control their emotions or express themselves, all this stuff is completely normal. I mean, they used to be little babies. My daughter is 2. Like 2 years ago, she was an infant who couldn't hold her head up. And now she's in this big world learning how to communicate and express her needs. She has her own desires, and that is so much. If you just think about it, I have a lot of compassion for my daughter being only 2. That just sounds really hard. So getting to that place of recognizing, wow, this is totally normal. There's nothing wrong with my daughter. She's not a bad kid. She is just learning and growing, and she needs my support and love in that process. That is hugely... Hi, sweetie. Someone just woke up. Mommy's filming a video. You can come say hi. Seriously, pray for me. I cannot talk about these things without being tested. Okay, so just recognizing this is normal. You know what I mean? It's normal. My next thing is set expectations for your kids. I find this is super helpful just preparing my daughter for what is ahead. I always talk about things multiple times before they actually happen, and I think that just really helps her, especially in a world that is bigger than her and kind of confusing. She's just watching me. Kind of confusing at times. I just find that it really helps her behavior when I let her know what's going to happen far ahead of time. In the morning, I'll tell her the plan for the day, and I'll oftentimes remind, be careful, okay, you stay right there, or go down the steps, okay? And I'll oftentimes remind her of what's ahead, especially if I know it's something that could be a struggle, and if it's a negative thing too, not really negative thing, but something she might not be as agreeable with, like whether it's bedtime, if your kid struggles going to bed, or going to the grocery store if they don't like to do that, just something that they don't like to do. I always try and be really positive about it and focus on the things that they would enjoy about it, and think about it from her perspective. For instance, we go to Trader Joe's often to get groceries, and I'll mention the samples and the stickers and whatnot just to get her excited about it and to get her kind of in a good place thinking about what we're gonna go do, if that makes sense. So set expectations, let them know of things ahead of time so they can prepare for it mentally. Let's say you're gonna let your kid watch one episode of their favorite show. My daughter loves Daniel Tiger. It's literally the only show she watches, but she loves it. So I would let her know before I let her watch it that she can watch one episode, and then I'll let her know 5 minutes before it's over, okay, it's almost over. After that, we're gonna go play with your blocks, or we're gonna go on a walk, or we're gonna eat lunch. And that really helps to prepare her. It always makes such a difference to help guide her and let her know what's coming and what's next. And then also having a really positive attitude about the things that they might have more of a conflict with. That makes such a big difference for my daughter in particular. Again, your kids are your kids, and I'm sure they're all different and different things work for them. So this is just my tips with my daughter. I'm sure you've heard it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and I've also seen the benefits of it, but consistency, especially when you set a discipline or tell them something, just following through with what you say to them, I really think it helps them have respect for you and lets them know that they can trust you. I have heard many mamas say before that do not set a consequence if you cannot follow through with it. My daughter's a little bit young for that, but I am thoughtful of that. I do my very best to not tell her things that will not happen or that I will not do or follow through with. So I'm just really thoughtful about that, and I think that's really important in building that trust relationship with your kids and helping them learn to respect you. Another thing that really helps me is just considering my daughter's physical and emotional needs throughout my day, and not just trying to railroad her throughout my day and just drag her along everywhere. I consider her physical and emotional needs. I make sure that we have snacks. If we're going to be doing something where she needs to be rested, I'll really try and have her nap before, all that sort of stuff. If there's something we're going to do late in the evening, I'll make sure we have what we need so that she's taken care of. If she's teething, you know, like there's nothing wrong with trying to take the day easier so that it's easier on her. You know, if your kid's having a really hard day, sometimes that's like the first year of their life though. But my point being is just consider how they're doing and be understanding, be compassionate of it. Like if you're having a hard day, if you're sick, if you are really tired, or if you're hungry, you're not going to be very compliant either. I know I'm not. So our kids are the same way, and it's even more heightened because they have a hard time expressing it. So I just think that the more attentive you can be to how they're doing and try and really plan for that, I think that is really helpful. I think moms are especially intuitive at this. I find for my husband, he'll just do things and it seems like second nature to me. Hi, sweetie. Especially because I do it all day long and I know her so well. But I think most moms are really intuitive with this. But I just want to underline the... Yeah, that's your baby toe. I just want to...
Mama, baby toe.
Yeah, your baby toe.
Mama.
In the mama toe. I just want to underline the importance of that and how helpful that can be with your kids' behavior. It's just being considerate of their needs and being respectful of them.
Mama.
Okay, so my next tip, I think this is my last one, is this can be really hard for me sometimes. This one helps me so much, and it's to do your... Do you hear my daughter? It's to do your best. You're so silly. Maybe she thinks I'm talking to her. She's like right behind the camera. Mommy's talking to the camera. Yeah. It's to do your best to not internalize their emotions or their behavior. This is hard, you guys, just being human, but I think our patience grows with practice. And when your toddler is having an outburst, when they're so emotional, when they're complaining, when they just keep repeating the bad behavior, just do your best to just stay up here and breathe. Even if you need to leave the room or say a prayer or just cry a little bit in the corner, just try and hold yourself back, pray for God's strength and patience, and separate yourself from it. And don't take it personally. It's really not a personal thing. Just like anything in life, like we as humans react out of what's going on with us. And while it may seem like, hi babe, and while it may seem like, they're trying to drive you crazy, they're not really. I tried to show you guys her, but she's just a shadow because the light is over there. Yeah, just try and not internalize the behavior, but that makes such a difference. Otherwise, we just perpetuate it and it just gets ugly. It's not a cute look to be like having an outburst back at your toddler. I have been there before, but it just serves everyone so much better when we can be patient. Okay, on that note, you guys, I have to go feed my daughter and take care of her needs right now because she is awake from her nap. But I love you. I hope that this helped you. Please let me know any advice, wisdom, experience you have down below in the comments. Let's help each other out. And yeah, we're all doing the best that we can do, and you're doing a great job. So just hang in there. I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.